All right, hello, back again, reading Report to the Principal's Office, and today we are going to read Chapter 4. In Chapter 2, we were introduced to some more characters. We were introduced to Mr. Brimlow, who is the principal, Charles T. Brimlow, and also we were introduced to Salem Brown Miller, who is the one who likes to write. All right, and she's very proud of her writing. Let's go on to see who was tapping on his shoulder. Oh, it was the bus driver. The bus driver's tapping on the shoulder. Let's see who would not get off the bus. I bet y'all guessed who it was, but let's see if you were right. All right. All right. The mashed stump of a cigar moved about the mouth of the portly, hairy-eared man as though it had a life of its own. I could drag the kid off, he went on, but I don't need to get sued. I already put my hands on enough of them. In 10 minutes, I gotta be to the gas station. This ain't my only job, Chief. Mr. Brimlow nodded. Lead the way. Salem Brown Miller tugged on his sleeve. Oh, Mr. Brimlow, can I come too? I'm writing a story about a girl's first day in middle school, and this could make a really neat subplot. The principal faced her sternly. Mrs. Brown Miller, whoever that is in the bus, it is a person, not a subplot. For once the girl was slow to speak. Those wide eyes stared up at him. I didn't mean it that way, Mr. Brimlow. The principal softened. All right, keep your distance and don't interfere. The boy was in the back seat of the bus. His head was slightly atilt. A brown lunch bag rested on his lap, held by both hands. The toes of his new sneakers pointed towards each other. They did not reach the floor. The principal walked halfway down the aisle and stopped. The boy seemed to be staring at a point in space. About a foot in front of his own face, Mr. Brimlow remembered the face. Brockhurst. Edward, he said gently. In the background, the first bell rang. Students yelped, streamed past the bus windows. Edward Mott. No response. Brockhurst? Flagboy? Edward Mott's head remained still, but his eyes rolled upward. I'm Mr. Brimlow, your new principal. He sat on the edge of a seat. Would you like to come up here and sit with me? No answer. The principal moved one seat closer. You know, Edward. Do your friends call you Eddie? The boy shrugged. You know, Eddie, we have something in common, you and I. Can you guess what it is? Eddie Mott shrugged. Well, I'll tell you. This is your first day as a sixth grader, and it's my first day as a principal. How about that? The answer came from the front of the bus. I don't get out of here. This is my last day at the station. There's a mechanic down there can't work on cars 'cause he got to pump gas because I ain't there to pump gas. Mr. Brimlow stood. He clapped his hands. Okay, Eddie, what do you say? Ready to go? Eddie Mott finally spoke. No. That does it, growled the bus driver. The door swung shut, the engine rumbled to life, the bus lurched down the driveway. Oh, no. Hey, said Principal Brimlow. We're being hijacked, piped Salem Brown Miller, not unhappily. The bus roared right on past the school bus parking lot and did not stop till it humped up to the restroom of the Texaco station on the corner of Grant and Mudd. The driver flipped his hand as he jumped off. You want to fire me? Fire me! It was now 8:10 a.m., 10 minutes in the first period of the first day at Plumstead Middle School, and a lot of people didn't know where a lot of things were. The gym teachers couldn't find a football, the geography teacher couldn't find a map, and the math teachers had no chalk, and no one knew where the principal was. Oh no, it's a disaster! Mrs. Wilbraham, the school secretary, was going batty. People were calling her on the brand new high-tech, state-of-the-art intercom system. But darn if she could figure out how to answer them. She flipped switches all over the fancy console, but the best she could do was connect the kitchen to the teacher's lounge. The office was getting more and more crowded. Teachers, students, everyone had a problem or a question for her, as if she were the answer lady. She didn't even know how to work this newfangled telephone, and it was a million buttons and lights. If she did, she'd be calling the police right now to report a missing principal. First period was nearly over. The German teacher was trying to figure out the intercom. The nurse was studying the telephone, and the entire history department was at the counter asking for books, when in strolled the principal himself, along with a boy and a girl, and taking their sweet old time about it, too. Laughing, jabbering, couldn't care less that the school was falling down around the secretary's ears. "You're late," said Miss Wilbraham, not even trying to disguise her displeasure. The principal pretended to be shocked. "We are?" He looked down at his accomplices. "Well," he shrugged, "I guess we'll all have to go to the late room." The three of them broke up laughing. He then looked up the kids' schedules, scribbled out a late note for each, and sent them on their way, but not before shaking hands with them and saying with a wink, "See you at lunch." Mrs. Wilbraham bit her tongue. She had trained 5 principals in her lifetime. Apparently, this one was going to take some doing. She had to admit, though, once he decided to show up, things did get done. Within 5 minutes, the gym people had their footballs, the geography teacher her map, the mathematicians their chalk, the history department its books. He showed her how to get an outside line on the telephone, and he played the intercom console like Liberace at the piano. There were only 5 minutes left of first period when he flipped the toggle label all receivers and made his opening remarks to the school. "Good morning, everyone. I apologize to you all for not speaking to you during homeroom. I had some pressing business elsewhere. Let me make it plain that this is not my official greeting. That will come in a couple of weeks, when we all have our opening assembly in the new auditorium. That's when all of us will meet all of you, and when we will learn the identity of our school mascot, the selection of which you will be involved in. In the meantime, let's you and I and Plumstead get to know each other. Over the last couple of years, we've all felt a little like orphans, now and then, haven't we? Not enough seats, not enough classrooms, shifting school boundaries. We were never really sure where we belonged. Where were we? Well, I'm here to tell you that's all over. I'm here to tell you now we have our own place, our own house. I'm here to say, welcome home." The principal flipped the toggle off, laid down the mic, and went into his office. Someone was there. I wonder who's in the office. Do you have a guess? Well, we'll have to hold on and listen to chapter 5 to see. See you there. Bye.